Hey guys, my name is EJ Spurl and welcome to Trigger Warning. If you've managed to spend at least 3 consecutive minutes in any online forum, chat room, YouTube comment section, or Twitter feed, you've seen them. You know the ones. You could post a friendly picture of yourself holding a cat, only to receive a detailed critique on a sexual dysfunction from some anonymous avatar. Or you could spend days working on a thoughtful open letter proclaiming your love for mutants and spandex and promptly be instructed to cry more. Trolls are the internet's equivalent to bumps in the road. But what are trolls exactly? And how does one specifically define a troll? Wikipedia defines a troll as a person who sows discord on the internet by starting arguments or upsetting people, by posting inflammatory, extraneous, or off-topic messages in an online community with the deliberate intent of trying to provoke readers into an emotional response, or of otherwise disrupting normal on-topic discussion. I personally feel that this definition is far too broad in range to accurately define what a troll is. In fact, I believe it's one of those words that are flung around often carelessly when faced with perceived rudeness online. In my opinion, trolls can be simply defined as a person who is simply not invested in an online exchange except for the sole purpose of attempting to enrage others involved in said exchange. Someone who does not honestly care about the topic which is being discussed. A person who gets their jollies by provoking a reaction from the faceless entities on the other side of the computer screen through insults, threats, and sometimes even completely absurd statements. But lately it's a term that's been used to paint honest debate and criticism in many online communities. In my online travels, I've been labeled a troll on several occasions while discussing topics near to my heart. While in my online reactions, I try to steer clear of ad hominem attacks and other vitriol, preferring to stick to the facts that I can prove and logical rhetoric. It's not uncommon for my antagonist to proclaim me as a troll, and in some cases outright block me. The person then walks away, glad that they've outed a troll, and thus found justification to, in many cases, completely ignore my argument and any evidence presented therein. Furthermore, trolls and the accusation of being a troll often complicate rather uncomplicated issues. From arguments about who the best superhero might be, to honest discourse over issues of social importance. And to be honest, sometimes it's genuinely hard to tell. After all, any sufficiently advanced troll is indistinguishable from a genuine kook. We refer to those people as pose. But it's too often that I find that people rarely know what to do when faced with a troll. It's clear that there's no victim too sacred for them. Some of them will attack the families of murder victims, or victims of horrible crimes with prejudice. They will hound them and harass, both online and off. Here's the thing though. If you continue to engage with the trolls, they will come down harder on you. If you react in a way that gives them some sense of enjoyment, either by being reactionary or speaking publicly about them, they will not only continue, but they will draw in other trolls who wish to do exactly the same thing to you. We can see evidence of this almost everywhere online, on anonymous message boards, over social media, and any number of other places, and it's often the same. They prod, you react. They prod more. While their individual goals tend to differ from person to person, some of them can go to such extremes that it makes you fear for your safety. Some might want for you to have a nervous breakdown, and in extreme cases, perhaps even suicide. It's a rare case where they feel guilt for such actions. But it's important to note that there is a tried and true method for dealing with these types of people. Ignore them. If you've been on the internet for any period of time, you should know this. The more you react, the harder they go. Which is why we see evidence of when people complain about trolls, they tend to get trolled more often. Over the past few months, certain trolls have taken an interest in involving themselves in online movements such as Gamergate, in an effort to antagonize and otherwise obfuscate the real points between both sides of the movement. And unfortunately, it's not difficult to troll someone. All it really takes is a throwaway Twitter account, some vitriolic language, or threats, and it makes national news sometimes. And that is exactly the reaction that they seek. It gives them a sense of importance. If you truly fear for your safety, contact the local authorities. Do not react publicly to them. Do not even hint that you may or may not have seen their message. And especially, do not go on a bloody media tour. All that's going to do is encourage the people making the threats, regardless of your justification. Always remember rule 0 of the internet. It'll save you time, embarrassment, and stress. Never, ever feed the trolls. Ever. So if you ever think about breaking rule 0, maybe it's best that you stay offline, because you're going to have a bad time. Anyways, thanks for listening, guys. As always, my name is EJ Spurl, and if you liked this episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe below, and I'll see you next time. Doxing, which provides examples of someone either doxing, attempting to dox, or advocating doxing of persons. And finally, criticism, which includes